Respected viewers, today we are diving into something that could change the way you think about crypto forever. Ripple. Yes, the same Ripple backed by some of the biggest banks in the world just dropped a massive update on tokenization. This is not small news. We are talking about a move that could affect how money flows between countries, how assets are traded, and yes, how XRP could explode in ways you never imagined. Imagine global companies like BlackRock, JP Morgan, and even the IMF watching this closely because Ripple is stepping into a space that banks have been trying to dominate for decades. And here's the kicker. This update might be the hidden key that finally pushes XRP to a level most investors only dream about. Now, before we go any deeper, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe, because the secrets I'm about to reveal could change how you invest in crypto, and you do not want to miss a single second. This video will show you the inside story that mainstream media won't cover, the kind of details that only people with connections in the Ripple ecosystem even get to see. First, let's set the stage. Tokenization is the process of turning real-world assets into digital tokens. Stocks, bonds, real estate, even gold can become tokens. And Ripple's new system could make this process faster, cheaper, and more secure than anything out there. This isn't just about tech, it's about money and power. The banks want this, but Ripple might beat them at their own game. XRP becomes the fuel that powers this system, which means if this succeeds, demand for XRP could skyrocket overnight, and insiders are already talking. Sources close to Ripple hint that they are finalizing deals with financial giants that could roll this system out in multiple countries very soon. This is why investors and traders are suddenly paying attention again. XRP is no longer just a crypto to hold. It could be the backbone of a new financial world. All right, let's dive deeper. Data doesn't lie. And the numbers behind Ripple's tokenization update are jaw-dropping. Reports show that global tokenized assets could hit trillions of dollars in the next few years, and Ripple wants a huge piece of that market. Remember, we are not talking about small-time crypto startups. We are talking about a company that is already connected to hundreds of banks and financial institutions worldwide. Ripple's XRP ledger can handle thousands of transactions per second, which is far faster than Bitcoin or Ethereum. This is not just speed for show. This is real utility that big players like BlackRock or JP Morgan care about because time is money when you are moving billions. And here's where it gets even more serious. The SEC has been watching Ripple closely for years, but tokenization could actually play in Ripple's favor. By structuring assets as compliant digital tokens, Ripple could create a legal framework that makes it safer for institutional investors to participate. Imagine huge hedge funds or pension funds entering the XRP market without fear of regulatory backlash. This is the kind of move that can push prices higher and create long-term stability. Analysts close to the matter are already saying that if Ripple's tokenization system gains traction, it could attract partnerships with central banks, IMF-backed projects, and even sovereign wealth funds. This isn't hype. These are real opportunities that could reshape finance and position XRP at the center of it all. And let me stress this, insiders say the rollout is coming faster than anyone expects. Some of the test transactions have already been executed with major financial institutions, which means the network is live and proving itself. This is why you are seeing whispers about a possible surge in XRP demand, because smart money doesn't wait for headlines. They move first. This is your chance to understand the story before everyone else does. Now, let's get into what could trigger the next big move for XRP and why you shouldn't panic at the noise you hear online. The catalyst here is simple: adoption. Ripple isn't just talking about tokenization in theory. They are already in advanced talks with multiple payment processors and asset managers to integrate XRP into real-world systems. Once these deals go live, XRP isn't just a coin. It becomes a utility token powering global transactions. That kind of real-world use is what separates long-term winners from the rest of the crypto pack. At the same time, there's always fear, uncertainty, and doubt, the classic FUD about Ripple's legal battles, market competition, or even whispers that tokenization might fail. But here's the thing. Insiders confirm that Ripple has structured this update to be fully compliant with emerging regulations. They are learning from past SEC scrutiny, which means they are setting up XRP to thrive rather than stumble. Compare this to other cryptos that hype adoption but fail to deliver. Ripple has the backing, experience, and network to make this real. Even when mainstream media tries to downplay these moves, big banks and hedge funds don't ignore it. Also, consider the network effects. Every time a major institution tests XRP for tokenization, it increases trust in the system. The moment multiple banks start using it for cross-border settlements or tokenized assets, the demand for XRP skyrockets and liquidity increases dramatically. That's why smart investors are quietly positioning themselves now. They know Ripple is about to go from just another crypto to a key player in global finance. And here's the subtle secret. Tokenization could be the gateway for XRP to finally enter markets that were previously impossible. Markets controlled by traditional finance giants, governments, and even IMF-backed programs. Now, let's talk about what all of this could mean for XRP's price and why timing matters more than ever. If Ripple's tokenization system gains traction with big banks, asset managers, and possibly central banks, demand for XRP could surge like we've never seen before. Think about it. Every transaction, every tokenized asset, every cross-border settlement could require XRP as the bridge. That's not theory, that's utility driving scarcity. Analysts close to Ripple are hinting that if just a fraction of the projected trillions in tokenized assets flows through XRP, the price could see a sharp, sustained move upward. We are not talking small jumps. We are talking levels that put XRP back into the conversation with the biggest cryptos in the market. But here's the warning you need to hear. The market reacts fast, and the window to position yourself isn't indefinite. Once mainstream media catches up and institutions start announcing partnerships publicly, the early opportunities could vanish. FUD from competitors or delayed adoption can cause temporary dips, but the overall trajectory is clear if Ripple executes this strategy. You need to be aware, because waiting too long could mean missing out on the early high-impact moves that smart money is already making. And remember, tokenization isn't just a technical update, it's a statement. Ripple wants to be the backbone of the next generation of financial systems. When you combine that with XRP's speed, scalability, and growing institutional trust, you start to see why insiders are excited and why the big players are paying attention quietly. This is not speculation. This is a calculated path toward massive real-world adoption. The demand for XRP could explode as soon as the first major tokenization deals go live, and anyone watching closely can see the signs forming now. Timing, insight, and understanding Ripple's strategy could make all the difference between watching history happen and being part of it. All right, here's the conclusion, tying it all together. In summary, Ripple's tokenization update is not just another crypto headline. It's a game changer. We've seen how banks, big funds, and even global institutions are watching closely. XRP is positioned to become more than just a coin. It could be the backbone of a new financial system, powering tokenized assets, cross-border payments, and institutional adoption at a scale that few predicted. The opportunity is real, but timing and knowledge are everything. Being early means understanding the moves before they hit mainstream news and positioning yourself to benefit from the growth Ripple is building. If you've followed this video closely, you now know the insider-level context that most investors miss. Ripple is not playing small, and neither should you. Keep an eye on announcements, partnerships, and adoption signals. They will be the triggers for the next wave in XRP. And the most important thing, act with caution but stay informed, because this story is just beginning, and the potential is enormous. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated, because updates like this will keep coming, and you want to be among the first to know. Remember, in crypto, knowledge is power, timing is money, and Ripple is showing everyone that the next chapter is about to be written, with XRP at the center.